Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. Today, we're going to go through the contents of the beginner box for Foundations as people ask, is there value in it? Well, that's kind of a loaded question, but before we get into it, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Links in the description to help support the channel by buying cards through TCG Player and eBay. And anything else, Patreon, be a member on YouTube, yada, yada, yakety schmackety. Anyway, so what comes inside the Foundations beginner box? So the contents right here is on the Wizard of the Coast page. You can see it comes with what you're looking at right here, but it comes with more than just that because, to be fair, if this is all it came with, I'd have issues. But what it apparently comes with is 10 themed jump start decks. Each deck includes 20 cards from Foundation. You shuffle two of the packs together and you play, i.e. Jumpstart, just like normal. Jumpstart decks are predetermined and designed for beginner play. The decks contain additional Foundation cards and do not contain cards from Foundation Jumpstart. So, if you're looking for a way to get Foundation Jumpstart cards, this is not the place to get them. You'll have to actually buy Foundation Jumpstart for whatever reason you would want to waste your money. But anyway, point being. Also comes with 2 reference cards, a reference guide book, 2 how to play guides, 2 game board mats, that's kind of cool, and 2 spin down counters. The game board mat's actually kind of nice instead of the old roll up mat. I'm kind of surprised they didn't do the roll up mat. Well, it might be cheaper to use these, but anyway. Also notice they don't have them sleeved, they're just raw dogging shuffling them like a freaking maniac. Anyway, so the beginner box will be on Amazon and what have you. So if it's on Amazon, this is what it comes with. Is it worth the buy? Well, first let's look on Amazon and see how much it's actually going for. Okay, so we have 10 packs of Jumpstart. Some other cards, land, yada yada, come in the pack. We have a game board, some other cards. And it's on sale on Amazon for $30. So you could probably get this a little cheaper in some places, depending on where you get it from. Maybe an LGS could cook you up for like 28, 25 if you're really lucky. But let's say worst case scenario, you order on Amazon because next day shipping. For 10 Jumpstart packs, you're basically paying $3 a piece. After tax, we'll say $35 or $35. That's $3.50 a pack for Jumpstart. That's generally cheaper than a Jumpstart pack. So this is also probably why they decided not to put Foundation Jumpstart in here, because then people would just buy beginner boxes like crazy instead of paying $5 for a pack on Jumpstart. Just saying. So at the jump here, it appears to be a good value as you're paying $3 for a Jumpstart pack. And there's 10 packs in here, making it $30. Seems pretty good. But what does good mean? Normally, in an environment like this where you have randomness and all this other stuff, you'd be like, oh, is the pack or the set good enough? Being Jumpstart, we know these decks are preloaded, because they're themed. What are the cards in it? Well, luckily, they tell us what all the cards are and what the decks are in here. So, every deck's 20 cards. You get 2, play them, that's 40. We get that just like normal Jumpstart. So let's see if there's anything in value inside this deck. We have tutorial decks, which are not the Jumpstart decks. You can't shuffle these, right? The tutorial decks comes with a Savannah Lions, not bad. Sky Arbiter, nothing special. Prideful Parent, it's actually a pretty good card. Some Plains, a Felidar Savior. Angelic Edict, not terrible. There is a Giselle Goldmane, nice rare, 2 white and 2, first strike, 4/4, with the ability to pump your team. That's actually not a bad rare. We have a Pacifism. We have this big thing, Helpful Hunter. This thing I think is going to be quite popular as a 1/1 draw a card. It's a cat. Oh, cat decks. Anyway. Leonin Vanguard, not an expensive card, but a powerful one. Moment of Triumph, Velvet Smite, and Uncharted Haven. So, this card is actually really good as a common because it's any color. So, like, I would pay for these in any standard deck, just because. Yeah, the only drawback is it comes into play tapped. But hey, you do what you got to do. So if we look into vampires, we're off to a decent start with the white. So we get Vampire Interloper, Vampire Spawn, Raving, Highborn, Untamed Hunger, Blood Tide Collector. So the rare here is the Crossway Troublemakers. Nothing special about this card. I mean, it's good, but not any real demand. Vengeful Blood Witch. This is going to be great for aristocrat decks. Wow, that's not something I expect in this. Anyway, Heroes Downfall's in here. Now, this may not have the price tag it used to of $10 or $15 like back in the day. This is a very powerful card and very playable in all formats for the most part. Vampire Neonate, which is okay at best, offer immortality. Stormkirk Blood Thief is good, but nothing special. And, of course, another Haven. So, not off to a terrible start. Nothing breaking the bank, but not complete trash. Then, after you use these decks up here to do your tutorial, we then get into the 10 additional theme decks you could have. And they're all the same. So, luckily, because of that, we know what they are. And we can actually see what the card values look like. So, we have Healing. Here's the cards that are in there. So we have the Ancestral Dragon Rare. Not pricey, but cool. Dazzling Angel, Johnny's Pridemate. Very, very popular card. Bishop Soldier, Faith Herald, Aspiring Overseer, Twin Blade Paladin's okay. Hinterland Sacrificer, pretty good card. We got Quick Draw Katanas, Adamant Will, Disposal, Prayer Binding, and some land. So, nothing too great here. A decent dragon for those wanting to play Commander, which once you play for a while, maybe Commander's the way to go until you get to competitive. Next, we have Pirates. We have the Kosher Captain, which this thing's insane. Blue and 2 for a 2/2. When it enters, you make a treasure, and all your pirates get +1/+1. It is a lord. It is insanely good. Big Fin Bouncer, Skyship Buccaneers, cool. Brineborn Cutthroat's a good playable card. Spectral Sailor, very nice. Valerian Terror, Kite Sail, Stormfleet Spy, very good card as well. Cancel and an Op, both very playable cards. Eaten by Piranhas, all that. Pirate Cutlass and some land. So, powerful blue. I think this Kosher Captain's going to be around $3 to $4 at least. So there's some value here. Next, we have a blue one for Wizards. Our rare is the Mystic Archaeologist, which is a blue and 1 and a 2/1 for 5. You get to draw 2 cards. Not the best. Does play well in Wizard decks. There is a Wizard deck out there for Commander. But other than that, you just get the Sky Mage, this Common Wizard, an Icy Elemental, Mischief, Froggy Boy, the Elusive Mage, Arcane Epiphany, Fleeting Distraction. Into the Rolls, decent. Quick Study is very good. Starlight Snare. So this blue theme deck, not so much. As far as good, we have the Undead one. We have the Death Baron. This is a zombie lord and relatively cool. So this is actually a good hit. We have then the Hungry Ghoul, Diagraph, Reassembling Skeleton, the Crow, Dark Tidings, Maleficent Twins, Skeleton Archer, Suspicious Shambler. Nothing too great there. Eaten Alive's good. Deadly Plot's all right. So we have a Death Baron in black, so that's pretty sweet. We're down with that. We have the Dropkick Bomber in the red deck. Red and 2 for a 2/3. Other goblins get +1/+1. It is a Goblin Lord. And for 1 red till end of turn, another target goblin you control gains flying. And when it deals combat damage, you sacrifice it. So, I mean, kind of good. But to be fair, in a goblin deck, sometimes you just got to be able to get by, and sometimes that means booting your good guys over the top. Anyway, we also have a Frenzy Goblin. This is also very good. Battle Race Shaman's all right. Goblin Smuggler, Raging Redcap, Swab Goblin, Volley Veteran, Incinerate Blast, Dragon Fodder is a really good card. Goblin Aura Flame. This used to be Orcish Aura Flame, and it cost a little bit more. This is kind of interesting. Kindled Fury, and we have a Goblin Bomb. So pretty cool. The red deck seems pretty well stacked. We have the other red deck, Tower of Mount Vulus. Not the best dragon for 7. Just gonna put it out there. Yeah. So then we have the Whelp. We have the Servant, Fire Elemental, Dragon Rider, another dragon, a giant, Fiery Annihilation, Scorching Dragonfire. And we have the Orb of Dragonkind to help you get this guy out on turn 5. This is only okay at best. This one really has no value, as the Terror of Mount Vulus doesn't do a whole lot for us. Next, we have Elves. Big hit here, Elvish Archdruid. This is a couple bucks at best, but still good. Beastkin, Ranger Elf, Elf, Dwayne's Elite, Land of War Elves. Oh, God, I want this Land of War Elves. Anyway, moving on. Path Warden, Archer, Invoke the Wild, Felling Blow, Invocation, Broken Wing, Snakeskin Veil's pretty good. This is pretty good with the Elvish Archdruid. You're probably getting your money out of this one. And nothing like them telling you how to make an elf deck and just corrupt your soul. Anyway, we have Primal, which comes with the Aggressive Mammoth. Not a good card value-wise. But then we have a Librarian. Swallow Scourge is pretty cool. Bear Cubs. No, the Bears. Anyway, Druid of the Cowl. The Century. Thrashy Bee is pretty good. He's still $1 or so. Great card. Giant Bite Down. Giant Growth. Biogenic Upgrades. Thing, I guess. And New Horizons. So those are the sets. Knowing what's coming in it, $30 is probably not going to be worth buying this for the cards. But if you want to learn and you don't know how, and you want your friends to learn, $30, this is a very cheap way to spend $30, 35 maybe, to get a set of cards that you can sit down with your buddies, teach them how to play, give them the cards and what have you, and they have at least a decent chance at having some fun and playing the game. And you're probably going to be able to get this cheaper than $30. I'm going to guess 25. So at the end of the day, I do approve. But again, this is not something you should be stocking up on to try to save and invest in or collect. But that's okay. That's not what this is for. So all in all, I give this an A+. I think it's a great one for Wizards. They kept the price down. Lots of good cards in there, different ways to make decks. Mechanic, easy way to learn mechanic, play with your friend. Yeah. And the reason I say keep the price down, would I pay $30 for this? Probably not. But $30 isn't a lot. And to be fair, most LGSs or other places you find this, it's probably going to be on sale, and it will be on sale for $25, maybe even $20, $19.99 at some point. And it will be a definite great buy to get your friends, hooked on Magic, like most people do with people they like. First taste is free. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Until next time, be kind, and as always, I hope to see you across from the game table.